But yeah, so I need to, let's get words. Hello everyone and welcome back to my studio. My name is Emmy Klein and I am an artist here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Now, if you have been watching my videos, I'm sure you are aware or have heard that I'm going to a residency in France. Soon. Relatively soon. We're getting close. I'm so excited. So I'm going to be going to France relatively soon, and part of that is the fact that I'm going to be gone for a whole month. So I'm going to have to pack things and have appropriate luggage. One of the issues is that my luggage that I've had for years and years and years, it died. It is what it is at this point. So I had to be the grown-up that I don't want to be and go out and purchase luggage. Why is luggage so expensive? Okay, so I bought luggage. If I wanted to get luggage that had any kind of cool color or design on it, it costs way more. Dumb in my opinion, but it is what it is. So, me being me, I bought the solid black one, which is gonna be a slight problem in the airport because everybody and their mother has a black suitcase and I don't want to have to open up my suitcase to figure out that it's mine. So I decided that I was just going to make this a fancy custom suitcase. So I settled on ice cream. Multiple scoops of ice cream, and I am so excited. So I went out into the world trying to find appropriate ice cream colors of spray paint because I'm not brush painting that at all. I want it to really, really stick, and I know spray paint is going to be a little bit more long lasting, especially based off of the fact that this is already plastic. So I want something to really fuse on there. What I have done so far off camera is I have disassembled this as much as possible. I've taken off all of the hardware that I could. Like there's a corner brace here that is like riveted on. I didn't worry about that. It's fine. I have sanded this with, I believe it was 220, just real light, just to kind of scuff up the surface. And then I primed it with a clear primer by Montana that's specifically made for plastic. I did quite a few layers, but I essentially used this entire can onto my suitcase. But the reason why I went with Montana very specifically is because the ice cream colors that I was looking for was in this brand and available. There were some that were possibly going to work in like Krylon, which is meant for plastic, and that would have been great. But unfortunately, every single store I went to was out. So I ended up going to Jerry's Artorama, which, as you guys should know, I work for. So I raided their spray paint cabinet and found the perfect ice cream colors because I had to. I absolutely had to. So now that this is, I scuffed it up and I primed it with the clear primer for plastics. It's specifically for plastics. This is now ready. I cannot wait to see this finished. So I'm gonna get started and enjoy the video. Okay, so I actually ended up having to start in my living room just because I needed to get a little bit more space to work on this big boy. But as you can see, I am just kind of doing a really rough sketch of the design on there with a white colored pencil. So brand is not important here. I just needed to make sure that it would show up. Any kind of spray paint is going to cover this up no matter what you do. But here is the final design on this side. And here is the other side. So, I mean, you can see I messed up a little there. Doesn't matter. So back in the studio, I grabbed that spray paint, and to apply, all I had to do was tap it, and magically, it was strawberry ice cream colored. And then I did have to refine a couple of my design lines just so I knew where to tape. But when I grab the tape roll, all I have to do is a little tappy tap, and there it is. Just along the areas where I did not want to paint it, but I had to block everything else off with this scrap plastic. And with a quick snap of the fingers, it's covered. And then it's more or less wash, rinse, and repeat. Magically, that green turned into brown. Just kind of skipped a couple steps there. It's magic. Just believe it's magic. But at that point, it was fully cured and dried, and it was ready to remove all of those tapey layers, which was so satisfying. Now, the edges were not super de-duper perfect, which was okay because I went over everything with a black acrylic marker, again, also by Montana. I really tried to stick within that same brand because I knew they would all work really well together. But it was a nice, solid, opaque black marker that, kind of refined those edges perfectly and gave it kind of a more cartoony vibe, which was exactly what I was kind of going for. So I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest of the line montage, and I will be back. In all of its amazing glory. Look how amazing that looks. Ugh, love it. But all I had left at this point were the sprinkles. So I am on this one using the Amsterdam brand acrylic marker. So the base of that marker is still an acrylic ink, which is essentially just a really fluid acrylic paint. Love them so much. They had amazing coverage. This was the first time I've actually used their markers. And you can really tell when I start using the yellow here. Look at that. Look at the amazing opacity of just the yellow. That is insane. Now, I will, to be completely crystal clear and, transparent in my process, I did go over all of the sprinkles twice, mostly just because I wanted to make sure that there was good coverage. And I think I did it more for myself. And I also wanted to make sure that if it got kind of dinged or anything, it wasn't going to be as bad of damage, But I threw in rainbow colors, so red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then I kind of filled in the extra spaces with white, just because they usually have white sprinkles in whatever mix is going on, so it seemed to work. But they're all acrylic-based markers. They all worked really, really lovely on the surface. And then after they were all done, I just needed to do the outlines. And oh my gosh, how adorable are these sprinkles? They're so cute. But I'm gonna let you enjoy the rest of the montage. And yeah, sprinkles. It's done. It's done. Oh, don't fall. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Oh, and I got my hair refreshed because if my suitcase is gonna look this fabulous, I also need to look fabulous. But it's done. All right. It's not fully done. I need to attach the wheels and stuff, so I need to fully reassemble all the things back onto it. But I did, once I fully finished painting this with all of the sprinkles and everything. I did hit it with a satin varnish as well. Again, same brand, so everything kind of worked well together. It gives it a really nice coating, and the feel of it feels very protected. It feels like a brand new Suitcase would. Like, you know, that like just solid plastic coating. I can't feel the paint or anything. It feels really, really good. And it has a nice like finish to it. Like it's that beautiful satin finish that I love so much. Love it. So I'm going to reassemble all of the things and handles and wheels and stuff back onto this. And then it's about time for me to start packing, because I was a little worried that it wasn't going to be fully finished before I actually needed to fly out. So, kind of pushing the envelope on time, but that's okay because it's done and it's beautiful. I'm gonna be so fabulous. All right, now to reassemble, I did lay down a tablecloth on that wooden table of mine. I just really didn't want to scuff anything, but when you do start the process, make sure to have extremely long hair that is going to get in your way in every step of the process, so that you have to just put it in a big old top knot on your noggin. But when you finally get that out of the way, you realize that it's extremely hard to see anything on the inside, so you have to bury your head deep within the recesses of your suitcase inner workings because the liner is just in the way. But I did try to make sure that I had all of the screws in the pieces that they kind of went with, so that way when I disassembled everything, I made it as easy as possible for reassembly. That's why you're probably seeing me take out screws of each item and then put them back in, and it made everything so much easier. Now here is a view of the inside as well, to where you can see when I did disassemble everything, I labeled everything as well, because I did have to cover up holes so that the spray paint wouldn't get inside. But the handle A there, I also had a piece of tape on the actual handle that I removed that said handle A. So I know where each item went without having to do too much thinking. And you can see D right there. And there is wheel number D. That's not a number. Yep, letter D. There we go. But reassembly did not actually take really that long, but it was definitely exhausting. So here's my suitcase, and I am so proud of this. I am going to be able to find it in a heartbeat. And you know, I want everyone to be thoroughly impressed with my luggage. But if you did make it here to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you do hit subscribe, because as I said, I'm going to France and we're gonna have some French shenanigans. How do you say shenanigans in French? That I have not learned yet. But subscribe, because I have no idea when I'm going to be uploading videos, but they will be super fun. So thank you so much. Bye.